All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, August 30th, set today by Brummy. Let's see what Brummy has for us. Animal research facility upset about mating period. Well, something upset sounds like it's going to be either turned backwards or anagrammed, and it's going to go around a short word for mating period. So I think that must be the research facility. I'm thinking is a lab. Backwards would be BAL. That goes around something and it makes an animal. Ooh, I should be able to get an animal if it is B something AL or BA something 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 L. No, don't see it. How about gross author not popular? Well, popular is usually in, so, well, of course, it could be out then, not popular. But I'm thinking maybe it's a 6-letter author and we remove IN from their name. Who's an author with, maybe it ends in IN? Yeah, I don't get it. And then the definition would be gross. Is that disgusting or is it a gross, a quantity? No, I don't get that either. I have a bad feeling about this. Urinal fitted with tap cover. Tap cover might simply be the first letter T, and maybe it's a word for fitted, and then you add a T. Oh, or maybe you put tap around it. Well, what's a 9-letter word? For urinal, lavatory is only 8. Yeah, I don't get that one either. Liberal, whip, very independent at heart. Liberal we saw, I think just this week, was L. Whip could be lash. Very independent, maybe very, or yeah, don't get that one either. Ooh, this one goes all the way across. Military leader on rig forms part of UN. So is the definition going to be a military leader? I'm sure there are titles in the military, general something, command sergeant. On rig forms part, or maybe it's part of UN and it's some country, like the something republic. Yeah, don't get that. Strikingly good non-stop chatter. Oh my, I'm sure the word strikingly is chosen very specifically here. Good would be just a G, I think. Oh yeah, so maybe it is a word for strikingly, beginning with G, and then a word, maybe a word for non-stop, and then a word for chatter. It might be an LY, another LY adverb. Don't get that either. In effect, Russia's ex-leader. Ooh, I'm wondering, is it a hidden clue? Inside effect Russia. Oh yeah, there is an ex-leader. Good old Liz Truss. I think she has a good name for crosswords. Can come up a lot. One not in need of a bed is not to be considered Long-suffering. Oh, I don't know how to decode that one. Let's go back to the crosses now that we finally have a few letters. Empty chap, wanting helping, that's Twist. Well, the surface, I think, is referring to Oliver Twist wanting more. But I think if you empty out the word chap, you're going to get CP. They don't go well together unless they go around the outside. Wanting helping. That could be a word like aid or support. That's Twist. Oh, I wonder if that's might be that is, which could be IE. And if you twist that, you get EI, but that doesn't sound very promising. All right, to be established, turn up with Vernon. Well, maybe we turn the word up to be PU. Oh, maybe it's an anagram of up and Vernon, and I would think we're going to have over somewhere there. To be established. If it's over, that would leave us now with PU and two N's. Doesn't sound right. Yeah, don't get it. Tense out of practice. Well, I think that describes me with this crossword. But reliable. Oh, not that part. Tense, oh yeah, we've seen many times can simply be the letter T. Oh yeah, and if you're out of practice, you're rusty. And then a trusty person is reliable. Oh my goodness. Thank God for trust and trusty. Maybe New Zealand native dancing is as natural as giving up sex at first. Could the definition be maybe New Zealand native? Of course, that would be Maori, but I'm wondering if it's some word for in general, like Pacific something or other, or Aboriginal, or, but maybe we have to. Oh no, yeah, the maybe New Zealand native, or oh maybe New Zealand, Commonwealth, islands, native dancing. Maybe we just anagram native is as natural as giving up sex at first. Oh, well, sex at first could be the letter S. I'm thinking if the word as gives it up, then it's simply an A. It's a lot of words just to clue a single A. Yeah, but maybe it is some word that ends in A. Yeah, don't get it. Ooh, we're going to have a two-parter here. Rock movement, country music, essentially with edge. Oh, I think it's going to be a word for a landslide of some kind, avalanche. There are words in geology, I think, for scree, isn't that small rocks on a mountainside? But of course, movement could also indicate an anagram of rock. I don't think so. Now, what's country music essentially? I don't think it's the initial letters. I mean, essential would mean the inner. So, yeah, in the middle of country, we have an N. In the middle of music, an S. NS. with edge. No. Good Lord. Cutlery, unless it's ground. Ooh, yes. Oh, that's very clever. Ground can be an anagram indicator. And so if we anagram unless it, I think we get utensils, which are cutlery. Circus feature draw, access to drink. Yeah, so what's I presume it's going to be access to drink, but I don't even know what that would be. Or could it be a circus feature? The something ring, big top, and then draw. Draw can be a tie. No. Working on research into Old English. The others don't stand a chance. Oh, well, I immediately think of a phrase where you would say the others don't stand a chance. I think that would be a one-horse race. I don't think it's a one-horse town. Ah, yeah, so I think we anagram on research and we put it inside of OE, which is Old English. That's a good one to get. Road constructed by one-time expert. Well, one time could be X. And then what's that? An expert can be an ace. Yeah, or maybe it's X, and then we have to read it backwards. A road is constructed beside that. We anagram road to get expert, exador, exodor. No, don't get that. Round off, fed, double cryptic puzzle. We've had a few references recently to other setters. Fed is another cryptic crossword setter. Round off, fed, double. Well, cryptic, we just saw, was it yesterday, was used as an anagram indicator. So I think the whole thing might mean a puzzle. I'm wondering if rounding off fed might mean dropping the last letter. I don't think we've seen that before. Because I'm just trying to get two letters with double to be anagrammed. But then I don't know what the word for puzzle is. It a noun or a verb? No. Elected politician recruits man on paper. Well, elected elected I think might simply be in. You know, you're as a political party, you're in or you're out. You're because that might be the two-letter word, and then politician could be MP, and then we put a word for man inside of MP, and I think it's then going to mean on paper, like in print, no, I don't get that either. Time to import grass, bloomers. It certainly sounds like we're going to put something for grass inside a word for time. Now, time is usually just the letter T, but here it must be, yeah, hour or week, month, day. And it's going to give us bloomers, which I think are going to be flowers, but of course could be, Another kind of bloomers that you wear. Oh, it could also be errors, of course. Yeah, I don't. Wow, very tough today. Is it just me? All right, how about our English town chasing crime boss? Where's the definition here? Because English town goes so well together and crime boss, but I think it must. Yeah, maybe the definition is boss, and we're going to have an English town after some crime. Yeah, or could it be English? Could that be the definition? A town goes after a don? No, I don't get that. County almost meets terrible and right to give up. All right, so I see some wordplay in the middle that we're going to have a terrible end. I think would be an anagram of end followed by right, which would be R, and it's going to, well, surrender, of course. Yeah, so the county almost is Surrey. Then we have our NDE, the anagram of end, and then our R, and if you give up, you surrender. Phew, finally got a fairly straightforward one. New title has nothing about British book. There's another one where I'm struggling to see the definition. New is usually N. Title could be a title like Lord or Earl. And it has nothing. Maybe we have to put an O inside it. And then about, do we turn everything about and it's going to be a British book? Or maybe as well as the nothing, we also have to put in a B for British. And it's going to give us a book. Yeah, don't see that either. Package covering very loud sound restrictor. Oh, okay. Well, fortunately, I thought of a sound restrictor. If you're building a recording studio, for example, you might put in baffles or baffling to absorb stray frequencies. Very loud in music is forte or fortissimo, two Fs. And so the package is a bale. Wouldn't have been the first word I thought of for a package. I always think of a bale of hay, but you can have a bale of other things, of course. I think newspapers, maybe, in a bale. Anyway, thankfully that one didn't baffle me too much. Does that help? Ooh, we do have an F, so maybe I'm onto something with FE, and we have a D. Now, does that D come from Fed or from double? I'm going to give a quick try to the anagram helper, and it should mean puzzle. Oh, befuddle. Ooh, so I don't quite have the right letters, but I think to puzzle would be to befuddle. Round off, fed, double. Oh, a round, of course, can refer to an O. So the letter you drop is the O from double. So it is an anagram of fed, D-U-B-L-E. There we go. Should have seen that. I'm surprised about church procuring prohibited drink. I'm surprised. Oh yeah, I think it's where you say something like "oh, yes." So I'm thinking, I'm surprised is "oh," but it's about maybe backwards. Now I think it could be A-H, but I think it's going to be O and then H-O. Church can be C-E or C-H. And that has to procure, does that procure a word for prohibit, or what's a letter for prohibited? And it's going to make a drink? Oh, hooch would be drink. So I think I'm surprised is ooh. I don't know about, I think if you're surprised, you're going to say oh rather than ooh. But I'm sure you can say ooh. And then the ch. So procuring just means, as Simon from Cracking the Cryptic says, that's the equal sign to say this wordplay equals prohibit. Oh yeah, prohibited drink, moonshine or hooch. Yeah, there we go. Small parcel opening. Well, small I'm thinking would be an S, and then a parcel, three letters beginning with L, and then it's going to make an opening. I want it to be a slit, but is lit a parcel? Let me pause and look that up. Of course, it's not a slit, it's a slot, and a parcel, I suppose a parcel of land would be a lot. A lot can also be some things up for auction. Yeah, I think they are synonyms, so there we go. Now our time to import grass. Oh, well, if bloomers are errors, then I'm thinking, errata, two R's, there we go. So, time is an era, and if you grass on somebody, you rat on them, or a grass is a rat. All right, so at least we have one corner filled in a little bit. Let's see. On paper, well, it's not going to be an MP. I still like in. Who's another politician? Maybe it's the name of a politician. Yeah, I don't see it. And our road. Could still be an anagram of road after X. Well, that's funny if a word for expert begins with EX. Yeah, let's see, where else? Here was our English town. We had those letters earlier, so that doesn't really help. All right, one not in need of a bed is not to be considered long-suffering. I wonder if the first word of the hyphenated phrase is out. One not in need, maybe? Or is it long-suffering? Are not to be considered long-suffering. One not in need of a bed. Well, what would that be? One not in need of a bed if you already have one, if you're sleeping, if you're lying. No, don't get it. I'm not sure where to go here. Oh, here's our, we do have, yeah, circus feature could be a ring, and then a word for draw. Access to drink. Ring. Oh, the drink, of course, could be the sea. I have very vague memories of a crossword I did. Oh, it could be 6 months ago. And there was some clue very like this, I think, with access to drink or something about the drink. And then I did finally realize, I think I gave up and got the answer, and it was something to do with the sea. Yeah, some kind of like a boat ramp, but not here, obviously, because the R word comes first. Yikes. I didn't realize I do have some nice. Ah, yes, part of the UN would be the General Assembly. And so the military leader is a general. And a rig, I suppose, something that is rigged up is an assembly. Anyway, thank goodness I got that one. Ooh, some nice letters there. So now our empty chap, wanting helping. Oh, I wonder if chap could be a guy and empty it would be just GY, and it's something about yeah, something about a guy or Yeats comes to mind, but that's twist. Wanting helping. What is that? Gyrating, I suppose. Oh, gyration. Ah, ration is a helping. Yeah, there we go. Whew, got there in the end. Now, strikingly, oh, good is not G at the beginning. All right. Non-stop chatter. Oh, rattling, maybe? I think non-stop chatter he kept rattling on. I'm not very confident that I'm almost at the 30-minute mark, so I will avail of the check this button. It is correct. Can I see why? Strikingly good. Is it just a double definition? You know, we had a rattling good time. I think that might be it, but we'll check 15 squared at the end to get confirmation. This is looking like out. I mean, it could be oft if it's old-fashioned, but I'm thinking out. One not in need of a bed. Outstanding. Not to be considered long-suffering. No. All right, we also got an L here. Oh, a land. I did. Yeah, oh, so I think country might be land, your native country, your native land. And there's the music essentially. And now we need a 3-letter edge for rock movement. Or I think a lip of a cup is the edge. So is it a landslip? I can't say I've ever seen that before, but I'm going to go ahead and check it. It is right. So there must be such a thing. All right. Okay, so it's not going to be an ing word. Could it be ited? Kind of like that. Still looking for our circus feature. Oh, if that was ring, I think that would be hard to have an N there for the downward. All right, where else did we get help? Okay, so maybe this is an anagram of Maori is as natural as giving up, maybe New Zealand. Yeah, I'm trying to work out a word like naturalists, something. With naturalists would, oh no, wouldn't fit. Natural, naturalizing. No, don't get that. All right, we do have a Y at the end of on paper. Oh, in theory. Um, so elected is in. Oh, and a politician is a Tory who recruits he. Reminds me of the story about Garret FitzGerald. Any of my Irish viewers will know who that is. He was the Taoiseach, or the Prime Minister of Ireland, and he was a very learned man. I think he came from academia. And there's a story, probably apocryphal, that at a cabinet meeting they were discussing some problem and someone put forward a solution. And he thought for a moment and he said, yes, I can see that would work in practice, but would it work in theory? And the people who tell that joke are usually making fun of poor old Garret FitzGerald. But I see his point of view. I think it's good to know why something is working. Otherwise, maybe there's going to be unintended consequences. Whereas if you understand exactly what the problem is and how this solves it, maybe you can see what those other effects would be. Anyway, that's my two farthings on that. All right, our new title now has nothing about British book. Oh, I wonder if it's one of those old words for a book, like a verso or a yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, don't understand it. In theory, our practice. English town now chasing crime boss. Ooh, I wonder. Ah, yes, if you're chasing somebody, you're hunting them, and the crime boss is the Don. And so there must be a town called Huntingdon. I vaguely think I know the name. Let me look it up. Yes, Huntingdon is in Cambridgeshire, Market Town. There we go. Ooh, so okay, it's not X, but yeah, it definitely looks like an anagram of road at the beginning. So it has to be A, yeah, I think it has to be ADRO. Road constructed by, it does not look very likely. Want, oh, maybe an old word for by. And of course, by in mathematics would be an x, 5 by 3, 5x3. One-time expert. Ooh, oh no, it's a lift and separate. So we have to separate one. I mean, if I'd seen one on its own there, I would have immediately thought of an I. Just like if I saw time on its own, I would have thought of a T. But very sneakily, Brummy has put them together. And yeah, so adroit. If you're expert at something, you are adroit. Adroit. New title now. All right, I think just because I'm playing a little later than usual, although not as late as the other night, but I think I'm going to have to go to wordplays.com and see what words match this. Of course, it is a libretto, which is the book for an opera or a musical. Let's see. Oh, well, oh, okay, so it is an anagram of title. I did consider that, but with the letters we had, well, I should have seen, I gained the T. All right, so it's an anagram of title, and we have nothing at the end, and it goes about the B, so that's how we get the two. Oh no, that's how we get two extra letters. Oh, BR must be British. Yeah, that makes sense as an abbreviation. Ooh, well, yes, something. Draw. Oh, something. Oh, yeah. How do you get into your can of Coke with a ring pull? So the circus feature was the ring, and to draw something is to pull it. Of course. Now our urinal. Well, having the L and the N, I'm thinking. Yeah. So it's an anagram of urinal and tap that we're going to fit those letters. And it's going to mean cover. Oh, a tarpaulin, yes, is something. Yeah, that's that heavy material. I guess I thought tarp referred to the material, but let me pause and look that up. Yeah, it seems to be both the cloth covering and it's canvas that sometimes is coated in tar. Used to be spelled with a W before it changed to a U. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything on that, so I don't know why I'm looking there. Here's our animal research facility upset about mating period. Ooh, I wonder if mating period could be, yeah, the rut. I think that's when deer mate, right? And if lab goes backwards about that, you get brutal. So as an adjective, like an animal, like a brute, brutal. So not an actual animal. To be established. I suppose this could still be up with Vernon. So let's try anagramming that. To be established. Ooh, unproven, yes. That is very good. I like that. Now we're at gross. Oh, rank. Oh, yes, there is the English author. Or is he Scottish? Ian Rankin. Let me pause and check him. Yes, he is a Scottish author of the Inspector Rebus books. Are they any good? Should I try one? Let me know. All right, it looks like we have our L for liberal. Ooh, maybe the very is the V. Independent. Oh, yeah, whip. Maybe the definition is liberal. Independent at heart. Oh, yeah, liberal could be lavish. I like lavish. Lavish helpings. Whip, very independent at heart. Oh yeah, so lash is, or whip is lash. How an independent, I suppose, if a or is it from the candidate of the party might have an I for independent, but of course there's also the independent newspaper, the I. Yeah. All right. Finally getting there. Oh, Australasian would be maybe. Am I? Let's see. How many letters? Yeah, I think maybe a New Zealand native might be an example of an Australasian. Dancing is as. So dancing, we are going to anagram, is as natural as. But I think we have too many S's in that, so that is what giving up, yeah, one of the S's from the first letter of sex. Yeah, that's a very roundabout way to remove an S, I think. All right, one not in need of a bed. Oh, an outpatient, of course. Yeah, it's funny, you have to have certain letters in place before, or I do anyway, before my synapses fire and I see the pattern. So is not to be, yeah, so I think if someone is not to be considered, they are out. Is that right? And then if somebody is long suffering, they are patient. Not 100% sure about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and check everything else still there. Yeah, let's head over to 15 squared. All right, the blog is by Peter O. Brummian top form, not too difficult. Well, there were a few I thought I took me a while to get into it. Don't see any theme. So yeah, it was rut and lab backwards. I think I understood all of the crosses. Just scanning through quickly. All right, the downs, I did have a couple. Rattling, oh, it is, yeah, just as I thought, a double definition. Strikingly good is a rattling yarn, for example. And then 8 down, yes, if you're not to be considered, you're out. I suppose as in out of the running for a job, you're not to be considered. And patient, yeah, really, although it took me a while to get going, I don't think there were any I struggled too much with deciphering. Let's see, Jeff Down Under, of course, coming from Australia. He should definitely have got the Australasian one. Yeah, all right. Oh, befuddle and baffle cross each other. Yes. We also had truss and trusty crossing. Lots of double letters. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I did enjoy that. It was a nice end to the week. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks as always for watching and have a wonderful weekend.